fans, Racing 393. For another talk video actually. Haven't got a chance to run anything yet, various reasons, weather, we're not really allowed out I suppose. So I thought I'd talk about one of my other nitro cars I've got. I will work my way through them all. So this one, this is again an RC10 GT, but this is from my understanding, is a GT2. So it is slightly different. If you can see, you can remember what the other video looked like. If not, have a look at the other video first, and then you can watch this one, or the other way around of course. But the other RC10 GT is the original version, and this is like a updated version. There's a few different things on this which I've done, which I'll go through. Now it's difficult to find when the RC10 GT2 came out. As much as I can find on the internet, it's somewhere between 98, 2000. A bit unclear. There's so many different types of models and things. For me, it's difficult to pinpoint when exactly this GT2 was brought out. It may not have even been an actual thing, because not long after the GT2 came out, the RC10 GT series ended up going to, they started to bring out non-nitro, so they started to go down the T3, T4, which basically were the electric versions of the same truck. So, and my understanding is that even on this one here, which if I won't zoom in because I'm aware that this is a really crappy camera, but as you can see, the engine that's in this one isn't a standard what you would get. I think this one here is called, let me just, no, it's an OS 12 TZ. I don't know what that is. It must be a .12, but it certainly isn't, looking at it, a standard engine that you would get perhaps on the original, or a standard engine of the year. It seems a little bit more higher spec. You can see that by the fins, and the exhaust has it's a different sort of fitting exhaust. The other one fits around the back with a 180-degree elbow, and it's fitted on as a traditional exhaust manifold, 2 bolts. This one's got a side outlet, as you can see, and it's held on by, you can see that, by a spring. So I'm going to try and keep the car in focus. I'm aware that some of my videos are going out of focus, so I might have to move around a little bit, but this goes through the car bit by bit. So this has got slightly different wheels on and tyres. My understanding is this car used to be run indoors on the carpet. That's what I'm led to believe. It would certainly suggest that, because it isn't particularly very worn out at all. So as you can see by the front of the car, it's got like slightly wider front tyres on it. You can see here I've got an upgrade here that I bought from the internet. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description of where I got these from, but it is from the United States. And they're aluminium sort of bottom wishbones, and you can see in there aluminium hubs and stub axle arrangement, and there we've got, as you can see, an aluminium front rocker, what they're called, it's not a front bulkhead, shock mounts, I think it's as easy as that. So these are Teflon shock absorbers, so they have been upgraded. I'm led to believe that as well. This is only what I've been told. And you can see it does make the car look, it does make it look a little bit better. It's perhaps, the original bottom wishbones that come with the kit are sort of that hard, sort of ABS type plastic. That seems quite durable in itself, but I've upgraded that, as you can see. You'll notice there that it's got like one of the body mounts is in fact missing. I've got it. It's just it's not on there at the moment. I'm just going to try and change how it's fitted on the chassis, on the body. Sorry. So we zoom around again. Let me just move so I see what I'm doing. Exactly the same setup there. The gear, spur gear, pinion. Now the back's quite interesting. We've got quick release rear wheels. Yeah, quite good actually. So you just lift that clip and take the wheel off. Nice and easy. I'm not sure if they do one on the front. Looking at it, it's got a little ridge on the wheel there. If you can see that, it's got a little ridge. That the fronts haven't. So yeah, I think that's quite neat. Saves getting the old spanners out. On the back, simply again, it's the same as the front. Put new bottom wishbones on and shock mounts. Oh, there's the actual place where I got them from. I'll just move that wire a little bit. So it's hot racing. Not very expensive, but I think they look a bit blingy, doesn't it? Quite nice. I haven't had a chance to try this car yet. So the other major thing that's different with this one to the other one, it's got a, if you look down there, it's got a, this is carbon fibre chassis. So rather than fibre reinforced plastic, what I will try to do here without destroying everything, if I can, I just lift it up and you can see it's just that bottom plate there. Quite nice. You can see it hasn't had much use at all, to be honest. It's quite clean and tidy. So put this back on. So what else? Nothing else really. This is more or less the same. I mean, this is the difference is this one's got like a weatherproof box for all the electronics, which I've put in there. But it's pretty much a very similar setup to what my other one is. I believe. Yeah, this is a slide carb on there. I don't know if you can sort of, if I go down there, you can see that. So you can see the linkage is all kind of that carb goes in and out. Like a Brussels sprout. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, so that's like a more slide carb effort, where the other one's got more of a twist, so that it will twist inside of the carburetor. It sort of twists open. And this one slides open. It's got a centre brace, which is just behind there, which you can just make out underneath the air filter. That sort of strengthens where the gearbox is mounted to the chassis. So yeah, so this is, again, this is the RC10 GT2. I'm not, in its standard form, there's not a lot of difference. It's only really the chassis and a few sort of, the way some things in there are mounted, slightly different fuel tank. This one's got a different engine. I mean, like I said, this engine's not the one that came with the kit. This, I believe, this is an upgraded one. Supposed to be fairly rapid. Again, when we do part 2, we'll have a running video so we can sort of see, is it quicker? How does it go? We'll put my GPS on it. That's the plan anyway. I'll just sit the body shell on top. It won't sit exactly where it's got to go at the moment because I've got to mount it properly. Now, I'm pretty sure it's a bit lower than that, a little bit. Now, I'm really honest with you here, me personally, I'm not a huge fan of what they call truggies. I like buggies with the outrigger wheels. For example, like I've done my video the other day, my Kyosho Inferno. That looks right. And I've got other ones which I'll do. I've got like a Tamiya Hot Shot which I'll do. Got a lot of upgrades on that, so I will do a video on that. But me personally, well, it looks okay. it's not my idea of what I would do. I mean, maybe putting like a buggy body shell on with a rear wing would look better than a truck. But because of the, it might be able to fit, like I might be able to fit even a 1/8 scale buggy body on there. I don't think there's a lot of difference in the width of these and what my 1/8 one is. So it's down to general taste at the end of the day, isn't it? I mean, it is what it is. They don't do a body shell wide enough to sort of cover the whole chassis, like I said, it'd be like a saloon car if you like. But anyway, that's just my take. But that's it. That's my talk on RC10 GT2. I hope you enjoyed it. And with a bit of luck, in all my videos, in all my part 2 of my videos, there'll be running videos. Fingers crossed. Well, thanks for listening and watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.